the radio station that broadcasts tomorrow's deaths. Most late-night radio stations play music. Some tell stories. Some talk to lonely people who can't sleep. But somewhere beyond the edge of the city, there is a frequency that should not exist. A station with no official name, no listed location, no known host. A station that only appears after midnight. And according to those who have heard it, the broadcast always predicts a death exactly 24 hours before it happens. The terrifying part? The predictions are never wrong. Chapter 1, Frequency 104.6. The station first appeared in the late 1990s. Drivers traveling alone at night reported strange interruptions on their radios. Without warning, music would cut out. Static would fill the speakers. Then a calm voice would begin speaking. Not shouting, not emotional, almost gentle. The voice would describe someone's death in disturbing detail. Names, locations, exact times. At first, people dismissed it as sick pranks. Until the deaths began happening exactly as described. Every single time. Police attempted tracing the signal multiple times. But no source was ever discovered. Even stranger, the station never broadcast during daylight. Only after midnight, and only to people alone. Chapter 2, The Night Caller. In 2011, a college student named Ryan Mercer was driving home through heavy rain late at night. At approximately 12:43 a.m., his car radio suddenly switched frequencies on its own. Static crackled through the speakers. Then the voice began speaking. Tomorrow night at 11:18 p.m. Ryan laughed nervously, assuming it was some kind of creepy radio show. But the voice continued. Ryan Mercer will die beneath the Ashwood Bridge. Ryan froze. The voice knew his name. His full name. Then the broadcast described the accident in horrifying detail. A black truck, slippery roads, broken headlights, drowning water beneath the bridge. The signal ended abruptly. Ryan immediately contacted police, but authorities dismissed the story. They believed he was intoxicated or paranoid. The next night, Ryan refused to leave his apartment. He locked every door, closed every window, and waited for midnight to pass. At 11:14 p.m., his power suddenly went out. Minutes later, Ryan received a phone call from his younger sister. Crying, terrified, her car had broken down near Ashwood Bridge. She begged him to help. Ryan hesitated, but eventually, he drove out into the storm. At exactly 11:18 p.m., witnesses reported a black truck speeding through a red light near the bridge. Ryan's car crashed through the railing into the river below. His body was recovered the next morning, exactly as the broadcast predicted. Chapter 3, The Archive Tapes. After Ryan's death, interest in the mysterious station exploded online. People began sharing similar experiences. Hundreds claimed to hear the same voice late at night. Some recorded fragments of the broadcasts. Most tapes were heavily distorted, but investigators noticed something disturbing. The voice never sounded human. Its tone remained perfectly emotionless. Flat, cold, almost mechanical, and hidden beneath the broadcasts. Audio experts discovered faint background sounds, whispers, screaming, and what sounded like distant crying. Then in 2018, an abandoned radio station was discovered deep within Pine Hollow Forest. The building officially shut down decades earlier. But inside, investigators found fresh equipment still operating. Radio consoles, recording devices, and shelves filled with cassette tapes labeled with dates. Thousands of them. Every tape contained a death prediction. Some dated years into the future. Chapter 4, The Broadcast Room. A paranormal investigator named Lena Hart entered the station shortly after its discovery. She live-streamed the entire investigation online. At first the station appeared empty. Dust covered the floors. Old wires hung from the ceiling. But strangely, The broadcast equipment was still warm, as if someone had been using it moments earlier. Then Lena discovered a locked room beneath the station. The basement door opened slowly. Inside sat a single microphone beneath a dim red light, and next to it, a tape recorder already playing. Lena listened carefully. At first only static could be heard. Then the voice spoke. "Tonight, Lena Hart enters the broadcast room." Lena stepped backward in terror. The recording continued. At 2:17 a.m., she finally understands who is speaking. The livestream viewers begged her to leave immediately, but Lena refused. Then suddenly, every radio inside the station activated at once. Static screamed through the building. Lights flickered violently, and dozens of overlapping voices began whispering through the speakers. Lena turned toward the dark corner of the basement. Someone was standing there, tall, motionless, its face hidden behind shadows. Then all the radios spoke together in perfect unison. "You're live now." The live stream ended instantly. Chapter 5: The Final Signal. Lena Hart disappeared that night. Police searched the forest for weeks. No body was ever found. But 3 days later, drivers across the city reported hearing a new broadcast after midnight. Static filled the airwaves. Then a familiar voice spoke softly through the speakers. Lena's voice. Terrified. Weak. "Please don't listen." The transmission distorted violently. Then another voice interrupted her. The original voice. Cold. Emotionless. "Tomorrow night, the signal continues to appear to this day. Still predicting deaths. Still impossible to trace. And according to urban legend, if the station ever speaks your name, you have exactly 24 hours left to live." Ending. So if you're driving alone after midnight, and your radio suddenly changes stations by itself, turn it off immediately, because some broadcasts carry information, and some broadcasts carry warnings. Subscribe to ShadowLore for more dark mysteries and forgotten legends. And remember, every legend has a secret.